Hey, what's up, guys? So today we are going to be talking about 20th Century Boys. So I started reading 20th Century Boys at in about March, I think it was when I started reading it, and I got into it because I had just recently got into manga. Not so recent. Like, I'd been reading manga beforehand, but I just started to like really get more into it. So I was looking for some seinen manga to start reading, and I looked at someone's, I believe, top 40 list it was, and of seinen. Out of all of them, I liked the idea of 20th Century Boys, so I decided to read it. I have to thank 20th Century Boys for one thing, and that is because I heard that you, like, the author doesn't allow online copies of his work, that you would have to get a physical copy. And getting a physical copy of it, I realized how much more I like reading manga in physical form than in an online form. So that's just great that that happened. Anyway, actually about the story. It's about these group of kids when they're younger, and they kind of just, doing things you would do in like fifth, sixth grade, living their own life, and they're in their secret hideout over the summer, and they write a story about like superhero stuff and all that. And there's some outcasts at their school who are in their own friend group, and they sneak into the main characters' secret hideout when they're all away doing who knows what, and they find the book, and they kind of just look through it, memorize it, keep it with them. No, they don't like take it, they just retain the memory of it. And when as the characters get older, they kind of all start going their own lives, and then this one kid starts enacting things from that book of prophecy that they wrote, and he starts to form this religious cult, and he starts to get mass amounts of followers, and there seems to be some sketchy stuff going on. It starts to interfere with our main character Kenji's life in a very minor way, but it led to him really starting to investigate the whole religious cult situation. And at the beginning of it, what really got me interested in the story while reading it was how it mixed in pieces of, like, it kind of felt like The Sandlot, when it would show memories of when they were all kids and doing, whatever they were doing, however it contributes to the present story. I really liked that Sandlot aspect that I was feeling. And also, just whenever, the main part of the story, the present day part, I really liked that the elements of mystery. I feel like the author, Naoki Urasawa, did really well with that. How it was executed was really good. As you read on, it starts to lose that Sandlot feel, but it's still really good. As it goes on, you see them all start to continue, and I'm sorry, I can't really say much of what happens in the story without spoiling it. I'm sorry if what I've already said is even a spoiler in itself. I hope it's not. At least I don't think it is, though, so, you know. Anyway, reading it, it really captivates you. All the artwork in itself, the artwork is really good. Even review people who review stuff, I think like actual professional critics will agree with me. Like, they have said this in the past, that you his artwork is so good that there's not a single character that you'll mistake for another one. Like, all the faces are totally like acknowledgeable as a single person. You're not going to mix up characters, and Nike is always just really talented with his artwork. It's really amazing. And the story, it just has a bunch of amazing characters it introduces as the story goes on, and it really the story utilizes its cast really well, which is always nice. I know personally for me, the story and the cast and how they all interact is really important to me. So I really loved that. Um, as the story went on, I originally thought it was starting to like draw itself out because I got the perfect edition of 20th Century Boys, which is only 11 volumes, like, and the original version is 22 volumes. So in the perfect edition, they put 2 volumes inside of one book and passed it off as just one volume. So when I was on my anime list and filling it out, I would see I'm like on volume 8, and I'm like, really? I'm only this far in the story? It feels like it's, past the halfway point, you know? And then I looked up online that whole ordeal, fixed it, but like when I was on volume 20. So that kind of messed with it for me because I thought the pacing was being drawn out, which was kind of killing me. Um, but once I learned that, everything was fine. It was amazing. And I'm not gonna say the ending. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a lot of controversy over if it was a good ending or not. I personally love the ending. Even the second to last chapter, it could have ended there, and I would have thought it was just an amazing piece of writing. It had another chapter, and that ending it there was just as good as if it ended on the second to last chapter. I really love the story. Everything, yeah, it's good, bro. I want to say, I do want to show you guys one thing. Let's say, let me put my mic down. So I just want to talk about the Perfect Edition volume covers. I think they're really cool. They're nice, sleek. They're really sleek. What they do is they'll kind of just have a solid color, and then they'll put a character on it, like one of the characters on each of the volumes covers, and then each to do a nice contrast with the background colors utilized, they'll have a different colored font to match it, and it'll usually look nice. I think it's a really sleek design. And on the side of it, I noticed after collecting a few that if you line them all up together, all the spines of the book create a picture, which I thought was really interesting. But anyway, I would like to specifically say this one cover I think is really cool. Right, you can see that there. Yeah, I think it's really cool. You can kind of see like from the glare. It says like in almost transparent writing. It says some words. It usually will say the name of the book in that writing, but on this one has a special message you would understand if you've read far enough into the story. Anyway, yeah, really, it was really good. There's not much to say you can say without spoiling it. So yeah, overall I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's really good. 22 volumes. Perfect edition is 11. Overall, it's 249 chapters. It's really good. I suggest checking it out. There is a sequel called 21st Century Boys, which I think is like 16 chapters or so. I'm personally not going to read it because I think the story ended greatly as it did with just 20th Century Boys, so I'm not going to check that out. I'm yet to see the live action movies that adapted it. There's 3 of them. I've heard the acting is really good. It's like, I heard they were good movies, so I would like to check those out. Now, I was thinking, if 20th Century Boys got adapted into an anime, what would that be like? Now, firstly, I think since Monster got adapted too, and what was that, like 100 something? It was like 100 something, like 130 something chapters, and there's 70 episodes in the anime. So if Irizawa's work, if Irizawa's work is consistent in like how much detail is compact and stuff where you need that many episodes to cover that many chapters. Well, this one's I think is about double the length, so it would need at least 100 episodes if it's like Monster. But personally, reading it myself, I feel like it could be done in like 70 episodes too. Probably 70 episodes too. Maybe just 3 seasons of 24 episode long seasons, that kind of thing. That should cover it well. And also, one thing I was debating is if it was an anime, the thing with the color, on the colored pages, it's not all color, but there's some special colored pages. It uses a really pretty watercolor technique in the colored pages. I thought, how if it was an anime, would you be able to use that watercolor technique with a moving picture like in an anime? Now, I'm not completely sure you could. I mean, Ping Pong, the animation seemed like it had something similar to that. I'm not really sure though because I haven't seen it, but maybe it could be done nicely. I feel like it'd be safe if they like used a mixture of the solid coloring you typically see in anime and then add a little bit of that watercolor element in. That'd be pretty nice. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. If you do read it, I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. See ya. Bye.